With Jaxson Dart, Ole Miss quarterback, soon to be NFL quarterback. So Jaxson, let's start at the top and just ask the question you've probably been asked a million times already, but we'll get to that and then get to some fun stuff. Explain to me and Mike and everyone else why you are the best quarterback in the draft when you're asked that question when you have these team interviews.
Yeah, I think it comes down to intangibles for me. I think my leadership, being able to change a culture, and then on the field, I feel like I'm the toughest guy out there. I'm the guy that sets the tempo for the offense, and I feel like I can make every throw. I feel like I can do anything that the team needs me to do to win a game, and I'm the ultimate competitor. So I think everything that's tied into that separates me. But, there's a lot of great guys out here, and it's been a lot of fun meeting them, getting to know them. But, yeah, I'm the ultimate competitor.
Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, those guys have kind of dominated the conversation, the headlines. Do you like kind of flying under the radar, or do you think your name should be right up there with them when people talk about it?
Yeah, I think that you can tell with the media and all that going into drafts and all that your name can fall wherever. So I try not to even focus on that. I'm trying to just control what I control each and every day, and really just enjoying the process. I mean, this is what I've dreamed of since I was a little kid. So just trying to put my all into it, and I understand that everything's going to play out for the best for me if I just trust the process.
By the way, control you can control is something even as someone who's a lot older than you, I got to remind myself every day because it's tough. It's tough out there in them streets, as the kids say. All right, listen, I don't know why I'm doing this. Mike should probably do this, but they want us to blind rank the QBs with the best hair.
Well, let's do it.
So you have some pretty good hair, and I'll leave it at that. So you know how this works. I'll give you some names 1 through 5, and then you don't know what comes next.
Yeah.
First up, Trevor Lawrence.
We'll go Trevor. He's got the flow. We'll put him at 3.
Yeah, you played this game before. 3, that's where you got to go first. All right. He's a Notre Dame alum. This guy's a first-round pick all day long in the hair game, Sam Hartman.
Sam's my guy, man. I'm gonna put Sammy at 1.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's my guy.
Producer Debo put this on here to disrespect me. Matt Hasselbeck.
5. It's okay.
What are we doing?
Look, we all got it. It's okay, though.
I got great personalities.
Right, yeah.
All right, Tom Brady.
Tom will go 4.
Okay, you're crushing this.
You
Joe Burrow.
2. I thought that's a great line.
I think you hit that one.
Yeah, you hit
That's
that
a great
one.
line.
Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So at the Senior Bowl, there's a video Jim Nagy tweeted out that you had a 203-mile-per-hour ball speed at Topgolf.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Absolutely, that's true.
Well, what's your handicap?
We don't need to talk about that. We can just talk about my ball speed.
He's all power. Right.
Yeah,
So
I'm just going to get there and swing.
What's the farthest you've driven a golf ball?
Geez. I'm probably closer to like 350.
Okay.
Yeah, I can put it out there a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to work on, mechanically, I can be more sound, but I can swing hard.
So if you get your swing tightened up, and Mike's a big golf guy, he could get another 25 yards out if he gets his swing tight, right?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
just need a little coaching.
Yeah. And I've heard you take coaching well, so you're in good shape there, too. Yes, all right. You said your mom loves fashion and your dad has drip, which, again, I love that. Do you have a preview of what your draft day drip is going to look like?
Yeah, I think we're just putting it together right now still. We got a little bit more time. But, my mom's, just as involved as I am making that.
Love it.
When I say my dad has drip, my mom helps my dad out a lot.
That's how it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be like that. But, I got a great, little squad around me who helps put my pieces together. So.
Who in the league would you say is, got the best?
Ooh, the best drip. I mean, you could put Joe up there. You got the Cartier glasses. I mean, that's iconic.
I think Taylor Swift's helped Travis out a little bit, too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jay Hurts this year. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I got to go with the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think that's sort of an NBA thing that's made its way to other professional leagues.
Garrett Wilson's good.
Yeah. All right, this is the question that might be the most exciting question I get to ask this week because someone who's considerably younger than me shares this interest. We're going to do another blind ranking.
Okay.
Star Wars, my man. So producer Debo put these together, and they were some amateur names, so I went deep cuts. Are you a deep cut Star Wars guy?
Hit me with it.
All right, here we go.
Where's the eye black for the first?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You can ask that. Are you a Star Wars guy?
I haven't watched the new ones. I was the old school Star Wars guy.
That means he's not. All right, here we go. Ready?
That's OG. It's good.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Rancor.
4.
All right. Rancor is the monster in the second one.
Yes, sir.
What's that, Jedi or Empire? Rancor is an Empire, I believe, right? No, he's a Return of the Jedi. Rancor is the monster. All right, here we go.
4.
So 4 for Rancor. Kylo Ren.
5.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Boba Fett.
3.
Oh, okay. Anakin Skywalker.
1.
Luke Skywalker.
2.
All right.
Look, I got the scar for Anakin, you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah,
I gotta
he's gotta go.
put
Yeah,
that
tell
on.
us the Anakin story.
Yeah, so like I said, I think people have heard it a lot. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, been since I was a little kid, and Anakin's got the scar. Thought that was something I could kind of have some fun and play a little tribute to, so that's kind of why I put the eye black down my eye.
All right, we're going to ask you to build the perfect quarterback at the NFL level here.
Okay.
Or college, or it could be any guy. Arm strength.
Arm strength. Let's go Justin Herbert.
Accuracy.
This is all-timer right now.
All time. Could be any quarterback.
Drew Brees.
Oof. Rushing ability.
Lamar.
Size.
Cam Newton.
Football IQ.
Tom.
Leadership.
Pat.
That's a good quarterback.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Hey,
That should play, yeah.
Let me ask you. That should play. That'll play. Yeah. Let me ask you this, because going up against that defense, I said this to Chris Paul, your teammate. I said, just looking at that defense, you guys should have just been undefeated with that group. But he's like, yeah, we let ourselves down a few times. But I want to talk to you about facing those guys in practice and how that made you better, because everywhere you look, there's going to be someone that's going to be a big time player.
Yeah, it was huge for me, especially this year. The guys that we brought in, there's just so much talent, so much depth on the defensive side of the ball, especially the defensive line. I felt like we had the best defensive line in the country. So 2-minute situations at the end of practice were tough. But, yeah, going against those guys every single day really prepared me for the games. And, it was a lot of fun having those guys on the other side of the ball because you had a ton of confidence in them. And it was a lot of fun to see, the excitement and joy that they played around. And it was also cool just to see how much they came together this year.
Yeah.
Especially when you bring in, so many guys from the transfer portal. You don't really know exactly how it's going to play out. But culture-wise, it was a lot of fun to see those guys come together and be such great teammates. But, yeah, like I said, they're great players, but they're also some of my best friends. So I'm really happy for how they've performed here so far.
Ole Miss's offense and Lane Kiffin's offense, I feel like the quarterbacks coming out have kind of gotten stereotyped as like college quarterbacks that won't translate to the NFL. How are you trying to dispel that myth with NFL teams this week?
Yeah, I feel like, kind of like the people that I can get compared to, I have to remind everybody that I have 2 completely different offense coordinators.
Yeah.
At the
Who are
same
you getting
time,
compared to?
No, I'm not trying to say names or anything like that.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant
Yeah,
like
he
your
does.
comps. Gotcha. Okay, my bad.
But yeah, I different offensive coordinator. We brought on Coach Judge, who was a head coach in the NFL, who won Super Bowls in the NFL. We had Coach Kiffin, who was at one time the youngest NFL head coach ever. You have Coach Weiss, who coached for the Falcons. You have Coach Cox. You have a lot of NFL experience on staff. And I think from my development side of things, like especially when I went to the Senior Bowl, the concepts I ran there were the same concepts that I've ran through college. So I've had experience running it. And I feel like, my knowledge of the game and the quarterback development program that really helped put me in position to be prepared for this. And I think that's kind of, why I feel like I've kind of taken a step in this process is because, my knowledge of the game, being able to sit, talk ball, and at the same time, when you really deep dive into the tape, I'm running NFL concepts. Sure, there's a little RPO things here and there that maybe we run a little bit more frequently than teams do in the NFL. But conceptually wise, when you deep dive into games, I'm running the same stuff and I'm executing it at a high level. So, I'm excited for this process. And I've been really happy with how my meetings have been and being able for those guys and all the coaches to really see that has been huge.
The things I've heard talking to people in the league is that like this, you're incredible in person and your leadership stands out, and I think that shines through, and that's clearly what NFL teams want. The other thing, I don't know if there's anyone tougher, because standing in the pocket against SEC defenses and the Georgia game obviously comes to mind. One last thing I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if Mike has anything, but in terms of over the course of this season, we'll say 2024, were any cornerbacks that maybe you threw in their direction that they surprised you a little bit with their ability to break off the ball or to make a play, or it came close to perhaps not going the way you were hoping it was going?
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a cop-out, but the best corner that I've been against in my college career is Trey Amos.
Oh, great. Let's talk about him, because we're not talking enough about Trey Amos.
Yeah,
your teammate at Ole Miss.
The only receiver that I really felt comfortable throwing to was when I had Trey Harris out there against him. But he's the best corner I've gone against, and it was great to have him on the other side of the ball. This year nobody threw the ball at him. And then, practice-wise, being able to compete good on good, great on great, was a huge step for our team and also for me. You got to be that much more accurate when you're throwing against guys like that. And you can put them up there with, Terrion Arnold, Kool-Aid McKinstry. I mean, he was with those guys. So for me, I felt like, especially this year, he was no doubt by far the best guy that I've been against.
You mentioned Trey Harris, your wide receiver. You love throwing his way when he was healthy on the football field this year. What kind of guy are NFL teams getting when they draft him?
Yeah, he's an elite player and an elite person. Yeah. Somebody that's truly process-driven of how he goes about his business. And at the same time, he's one of my best friends, so I'm going to always have his back through it. But I think when he's out there on the field, when he's healthy, he's the best receiver in this class, and he's the best receiver in the country. Just his ability to be so versatile and do so many different things. Not only is he a great route runner, but he's great after the catch as well, and he had a ton of yards after catch. And he's a security blanket. Anytime that you're in stress, you can go nines away, and you know that he's going to make the play for you.
Jaxson Dart, thank you for talking up Trey Amos and Trey Harris, two guys that are obviously a big part of what Ole Miss did. Jaxson Dart, Ole Miss QB, soon to be NFL QB. Thanks, Jaxson.
Yeah, thanks for having me.